Yo guys, it is Captain Thorpe here, and England have put themselves in the best position possible to go forward into the semi-finals at least of the World Cup with a 1-0 loss to Belgium. An absolutely perfect result. I couldn't be happier, and I don't think I've ever been more happy about a loss ever, to be honest. It's just a perfect result. Now, when I was predicting it yesterday, I said that we would probably win 2-1. Because I thought that we were going to put out our strongest team. I wasn't sure about Belgium, but I thought the likes of Harry Kane would bag us a couple of goals. But thankfully, Southgate didn't back up his words. He said that he was going to put out all his best. Well, he didn't actually say he was going to put out all his best players, but he did say he really wanted to win and everything. But clearly he didn't, because he put on the likes of Danny Welbeck as a substitute appearance, which showed that he had no desire to win whatsoever, despite what he said. As soon as he brought Welbeck on, I suppose we knew that we weren't going to score and we were going to lose the game, which is fabulous. And yeah, we made 8 changes. Belgium actually made 9, so we were both playing our B teams, and their B team beat ours. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We might have lost a bit of momentum as a squad, but most of the players haven't lost momentum that will be playing in the round of 16, so they'll still be happy. And obviously the knowledge that Harry Kane will be coming back into the team will just boost all the players like massively anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference whatsoever. The only difference it makes is we get a much better draw. We're getting Colombia, who did not look convincing at all today. I'm going to come on to that soon, but we're getting Colombia followed by Sweden or Switzerland, which is absolutely perfect, because otherwise if we'd have won this game or even drawn this game, then we would have ended up having to face Brazil in the quarterfinals, providing they beat Mexico, and Japan in the round of 16. Now, the round of 16 wouldn't have made much difference, to be honest. I think that we would beat either Colombia or Japan. It's the quarterfinals that I'm bothered about, and I think we've got a much better chance of beating Sweden or Switzerland than Brazil. And of course, the fact that it was only 1-0 meant that like we weren't destroyed, like none of the spirits destroyed. Like we only lost by 1 goal. We weren't even demolished. Like the fans aren't really going to be caring that much at all. So to be honest, a 1-0 defeat is the best result we could have had. You know, Pickford did look a bit shaky, which wasn't brilliant to see, but generally I'm really happy with that. A 1-0 defeat, perfect for England, absolutely perfect. And I honestly think that we're going to make the semi-finals. We might even make the final if we can beat the likes of Croatia in the semis, or Spain if they get that far. But yeah, absolutely brilliant opportunity for England. In terms of the other game, I said that Panama would lose 2-1 to Tunisia, and that's exactly what happened. So there you go. And maybe I am the prediction king after all. Right, on to the early games of the day, the afternoon games, and I said that Senegal would probably lose 3-1 to Colombia. I was wrong that it was 3-1, but they did lose. It was 1-0 to Colombia. It was an interesting game. Neither team looked brilliant, to be honest. Colombia, James Rodriguez limped off, which is great news for England fans, because if he can't play, he is their star man. Cuadrado didn't have that much of an effect. Falcao didn't do that well. It looks promising from an England perspective, to be honest. Colombia did not look that good, and Senegal pushed on, but they couldn't break them down. So maybe Colombia have got a pretty solid defence. But you never know. I think based on that performance today, we should be really, looking forward. We should be really optimistic from an England point of view. I think we can definitely take on Colombia and beat them. In terms of the other game, I thought Japan would win 2-0 against Poland, already out. And as we've seen by loads of teams, the team that is already out puts in the best performance of the lot when the pressure's lifted off their shoulders. And of course, Poland won that game 1-0. However, Japan knew that when they were 1-0 down and Colombia were 1-0 up, from about 75 minutes, they knew that they were going through unless Senegal could get a late equaliser. But they risked it anyway, and what they did is they just passed it round the back for the last quarter of an hour of the game. Poland didn't care, because Poland had the 3 points. That's what they wanted. They wanted to go home with some pride, with 3 points on the board. And Japan knew that they would be able to go through, provided Senegal couldn't get the equaliser. So it is very risky what they did, and I don't really respect what they did, but I understand it. You know, it's not a crime against humanity. Do you know what I mean? Like, right? And if England had been in that position, I would have been very happy for us to do exactly the same. It was a bit risky, and Senegal could get back in it, but there's no point going all-out attack with Poland potentially scoring another goal, which would have put you out. So I'm not completely against what Japan did. Obviously, it's not ideal playing football like that, but it's very understandable, and if that's what gets them through, then fair play, fair play to Japan, and they do go through, but they got through by the skin of their teeth. They went down to yellow cards. They had the same amount of points as Senegal. They had the same goal difference, the same goals for, and therefore got the same goals against. The head-to-head was a draw, 2-2. So it went down to the fair play rule because they had only 3 yellow cards and Senegal had 4, I believe. It meant that they managed to scrape through, so Japan got very lucky. But yeah, they managed to go through, and they will be facing Belgium, which I think is a game that they will lose. So Japan won't be in the World Cup for much longer, but it is an achievement for them to make it this far. On to Saturday's games, and this is where the series really earns its name. It's the KO show, and we're finally into the KO, the knockout stage of the tournament. We've got France versus Argentina and Uruguay versus Portugal, 2 mammoth games between 4 mammoth teams. They should be such brilliant games. I'm going to start with France versus Argentina. Obviously, it's not anymore. It's not like thinking about the complications and what could happen with each scenario anymore. It's a straight knockout. Who do I think is going to win? Well, I think it's actually going to be 1-1 at 90 minutes. It's going to go to extra time. Now, France have looked not shaky, but they've not looked like a quality team, the quality side that we know they can be. But in my opinion, this is why France will never win. And the likes of the World Cup, maybe not even the Euros, because they just seem to bottle it. They've got some great players. They've got some great players that didn't even make the squad. On paper, they've potentially got the best squad of all the teams at the World Cup, maybe bar Brazil. But even still, they just can never seem to pull performance out. They've played 3 games, they've won all 3, but they were not convincing in any of them. And Argentina, with momentum that they'll be carrying from their 85th minute winner that put them through to the knockout stage. Again, obviously they did lose 3-0 to Croatia. They're not playing their best football, but we've seen that they've got a lot of passion. We've seen that they've got the ability to grind out results, and I think they'll be able to do it against France. I know most people will probably predict France to win this one, but I'm not. I'm saying Argentina are gonna nick it in extra time. I'm just gonna say it's 2-1. Maybe it looks controversial. Well, let's not forget Argentina is still a quality side, and I would not be surprised if they managed to beat France. The other game between Uruguay and Portugal, another very interesting game. Now, Uruguay haven't conceded a goal this tournament. They got a 1-0 against Egypt, which isn't brilliant. They got a 1-0 against Saudi Arabia, a 3-0 against Russia, and that's very respectable since Russia have been playing so well. But they haven't conceded a goal. However, Portugal, of course, have Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, and I just can't not see him scoring a goal, to be honest. So I think Ronaldo will score. However, Uruguay still have a solid defence, so I think that they will only concede 1, and with the likes of Suarez and Cavani up front, maybe they'll both have a good game. Neither have been dreadful this tournament, neither have been exceptional, but maybe this is where they will both come good, and if they both come good, they will be unstoppable. They will score at least 2 goals, and I think that Uruguay will beat Portugal, and I think that it will be 2-1. I don't think Ronaldo will be able to carry his team, but it should be a close game. I could be completely wrong. It will be a very interesting one to watch, but I'm going to say that 2-1 victory for Uruguay. Do you agree with my predictions? Let me know in the comments down below. There's no football tomorrow, so that's a real shame, to be honest. I've been watching football for the last 2 weeks now, and I haven't had a day without it, so that'll be a shame. But it does mean that I will get a chance to upload a video to the 3 Lions Road to Russia is not over. Despite what you guys think, I will start again from the group stage. I might actually put England in a different group, so stay tuned for that on that. I could do that tomorrow. You might have to wait a little bit longer though. But I may also react to my World Cup predictions at the start to see who I thought would come out of the group and who actually did. So there's still content on the way for Captain Thorpe. I'm still trying to do daily uploads. I hope you guys are respecting that. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Please like if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Adios.